All right, hey everybody, how's it going here? This is Eric. I'm EricVulgaris here on the internet, and this is episode 26 of season 2 of Once Upon a Game, the storytelling variety show, where we feature crazy indie games and we play them in a one-shot setting. Today we are playing a fun game of Fiasco, and not just any Fiasco, because this is March. We're doing March Madness, which is all like Lovecraft theme or like horror themed or really like old school terrifying dungeon theme kind of stuff, like madness, insanity, depravity, weird stuff. So that's what we're doing today for March, and this is why I'm so excited to play Alma Monster. Before we get into that, though, let's meet our cast of characters here today, or dramatis personae. Ben, long time no see, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm glad to finally get into season two. So this is fun.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen you.
Yeah, definitely. I'm totally ready to play some Fiasco.
Cool. Yeah.
Great one.
And since this is a fiasco slash horror kind of game, maybe what is your favorite horror story, or horror movie, or scary story? It's anything spooky. What is the spooky of your life?
Um, Spooky of my life, or like horror movie.
Either. Just terror, madness, scariness.
I guess when I think of like that stuff, I kind of go like with Kubrick on like, The Shining and stuff like that. That's like
Ooh,
a nice
yeah.
place in my heart.
The Shining is very good. Cool. Awesome. And over here to my further right, or farther right, is Will slash Golden H. How you doing, Will?
Doing all right. Uh,
Oh, just all right.
I had decided to stay up all night last night, and I was just like, it was like noon. I was like, Discord is beeping. I'm like, why is it beeping? I was like, hey, are you still ready to fill
The
in for
game.
Fiasco? And I was like, okay,
Yeah,
yes. And then I went to sleep.
that's good. We had a
So
player.
I just totally just woke up. Everything seems to be operating, and nothing has happened yet. So my default state is good.
Awesome. Good. That's better than my default state right now. So, guys, I am recovering from a cold. So, if I have to mute my mic to sneeze or run my nose or something like that, you're going to still have to watch me blow my nose, but it's going to happen. I apologize in advance here. I love you guys so much. I don't want to miss any more Once Upon a Games. I had to cancel last week's because I was in the middle of a move. My girlfriend and I just moved to a new place. As you can see, I also got a green screen thing behind me. Basically, I can stream out of my own little private office slash just walk-in closet. So,
I mean, it's kind of a problem. Like
that's
you have to do what Day 9 does and put a picture of your old room behind you.
yeah, right. I could do that. So, also, hi everybody, hi Zerglurker, hi Figure4, and hi Nails here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let's move over to Fiasco. So for those who don't know anything about Fiasco, you guys are in for a treat today, because Fiasco is one of my favorite games. It's one of my favorite games. It's one of the easiest games to learn. It's one of the easiest games to play. If you go to a convention and you want to play a game that's not Dungeons and Dragons, and you want to play like an indie game, you can almost guarantee that someone there is going to run Fiasco at some point.
All right.
Fiasco is very, very much the most popular, unpopular role-playing game.
I think I remember when I heard your first pitch for Once Upon a Game, you're like, yeah, it's like GM-less story games. And my mind was like, oh, you mean like Fiasco.
Exactly. Fiasco and Microscope are the big ones that get touted out for good reason. They're also two really, really good games. Oh, hey, Fake. How are you doing, Alex? Good to see you. I don't know how you're... I hope your work isn't keeping you up this late, my friend. I hope you're doing okay. Alex is a friend of mine. He lives in the UK, so it's pretty crazy that he's up right now. I guess he woke up super early. So awesome. Okay,
Yeah,
let
Alex and
me.
I have the
Yeah.
same sleep schedule right now.
Oh, so are you actually being recorded from a secret UK facility right now? Will, is there something you can't tell
Um,
us?
I'm on a moon, right? I'm on a moon base.
Oh,
I thought.
yeah, that's right. And the moon does operate on GMT time. That is true.
Right.
That is actually established. Fair enough.
I mean, the sun doesn't rise, doesn't set, so you have to do
Is that
something.
true? No, it's not
No,
true.
it's not true.
The moon, yeah, the sun. You always have the sun, actually, like in the moon. All right.
I'm just making fun.
So here we have the fancy schmancy screen for Fiasco. So Fiasco is a game about characters with very, very, very high ambitions with very, very, very poor impulse control. Fiasco, if you could describe Fiasco as a movie, you could describe it as like Burn After Reading. Any really like Coen Brothers kind of movie ends up being a good Fiasco playset. It's when every character just really wants something really bad, and then just the most random, interconnected, like what are the odds? Oh my god, disaster happens. A fiasco happens, right? That is sort of what the core of this game. So Burn After Reading, Fargo is another really good example. All of that kind of stuff are great examples of what Fiasco is about. And today's game is going to be about a college. It's supposed to be about a prep or like Ivy private leagues kind of school. Let me see if I can find the... Yes, here we go. So here, it's called a score. Guys, do we all have the PDF for Alma Monster open? Because I wouldn't mind switching up and letting one of you other read the second paragraph. Actually, you know what? Can you guys both do it? Since I've just been talking a lot.
Sure.
On page 3 of the PDF, it says the score, and it starts with a sinister semester. Would one of you please read the first paragraph, and the second person read the second paragraph for us?
Sure. Party, sex, drugs, booze, studying, and a touch of weird. And a well-regarded public Ivy university, secluded away where most students are not allowed cars and there are no commuters, students and faculty have the same problems as anyone at college. Only, there might be a strange house or rumors of a mysterious society. No way any of that will interfere with finals.
This playset assumes most players will be students, with maybe a professor or two. Additionally, there are some weirder elements, many inspired by Lovecraft, but nothing outright supernatural, unless you want there to be. The strange things tend to be clustered around the sixes, so in case your group wants nothing to do with the weird, you should be able to steer away from it pretty easily.
Thank you. Great. So, this game will be a game about party, sex, college kind of stuff, only with kind of ridiculous weirdness, Revenge of the Nerds kind of stuff, only a little bit more Lovecrafty, I guess would be a good way of putting it. So, great. So I will be the facilitator for this game. What that means is that instead of being a GM, I'm just responsible for rules clarification. I don't have any more creative authority than than either of you. We're all going to be equal shared stakeholders in this game. Oh, and before we move on, I'm playing with the X card rule, the X card and the Veil, both of them, because they are technically different. If there's anything you're uncomfortable with, type X or do an X like this or a tiny X like this, or just say X, or hey guys, can we X this out? I'm not comfortable with this, or can we have this taken out of the scene or something? Can we fade to black here? Don't be afraid to do that when you're uncomfortable, because you don't have to justify it to anybody here. We trust you because we are strangers. We don't, even if we played a little bit together, we still don't know each other ins and outs, and there might be something in that we might end up stumbling on, and it's troubling to you, and we don't want to make you feel that way, right? We're playing a game. We're here to have fun. We're here to basically make a movie together, not like a long campaign, but more like a movie, and we don't want to be uncomfortable here. We're going to be playing a game for a couple hours here, and we should have fun. So are we okay with that sort of premise of being able to speak up if you're if you're uncomfortable? Cool. Great. So
Yeah.
that's the big thing here. As long as we're on board, that is our fire extinguisher, because otherwise I also want to strongly emphasize that we should be pushing it and playing the game that you want to play. Because this is a one shot, so don't be afraid to kind of go nuts, right? Play unsafe. Try some things that you wouldn't normally try at a D&D table, right? do some random stuff.
Yes.
And
I'm going to build a haunted roller coaster.
Yeah. Well, that would be a really cool thing. I wish my college had a haunted roller coaster. I don't care, it's haunted. I would have went on it. So awesome. Okay. So let's proceed with our building here. So I went ahead and rolled up a few of the I lost my, there it is. Okay. PDFs. So I rolled up the 12d6 dice that we have. So in between us, looking at the middle of the screen here, there are 3 names, which will be also added with our character names here. There's 3 gray boxes in between us, which are our relationships. And basically, persons to your left or right will be corresponding to our positions here on the table. So everybody will have a relationship with one another. What that relationship will be dependent on the setup phase of the game. Additionally, there are some other details that we can be added to this game. There are objects, needs, and locations. What's going to happen is when it's your turn, you're going to grab one of these dice from the pool, and you're going to basically spend it grabbing something from the PDF for the setup phase about either relationships, needs, or locations. And the way you spend these dice is that you spend the die first grabbing one of the larger fonted capital letter topics, and then once one of those is filled in, then you can fill in the lower level one. So if you ever played Durance, it's similar to that sort of setup structure. When you have a topic and then below you have subtopics below. So once again, we're going to be rotating, grabbing a die, fleshing out one single detail. That's also true for objects, needs, and locations. You're going to pick a subject header, and then someone's going to fill in the detail below it. Okay? Does that make sense right now?
Yep.
So the person from the smallest town has to go first. I am drinking moon tea right now. So I need to clarify something in chat. They do drink tea on the moon, mostly because the U.S. built it to spy on Russia, but it was done with UK. We subcontracted it to the UK.
Well, Alan Turing built the first computer systems on the moon. And so, we had to get the tea shipments up. Like, you just can't do computers without Alan Turing.
I do have to caution you, Will Golden, about divulging state secrets about our strategic tea supply on the moon. The world's
well,
not ready for that
fortunately,
yet.
moon law allows me to say whatever I want. Yeah.
That's right. I forgot. You're the district attorney of the moon.
Right.
So, yeah.
I did that through a dance fight.
Oh, that's... All right, awesome. Okay. See Dracula references. Guys, if you haven't seen our See Dracula game, definitely check that out at the end.
Definitely check it out.
Yeah, See Dracula is a lot of fun. So anyways, let's do this setup here. So guys, once again, I'm going to ask you to refer to the Alma Monster PDF here, and we're going to be grabbing some stuff off this sheet. It starts on page 4 under the big red capital letters relationships, but then if you keep scrolling, there's some other stuff to grab. So we're all going to be selecting one of these dice, and the person who starts is the person from the smallest town. So who is from the smallest town? My town was less than 500 people.
You easily beat me.
From the smallest town?
Yep, person from the smallest town.
Oh, I'm from Chicago. So.
Okay, so I guess it's going to be me. That's fine.
Currently, I live in a farm field, so that's why I asked.
You're just in. Are you streaming from a tent? In the middle of a
I'm actually planning to stream from a tent in the summer, because this is going to be my last OUAG for a while, because my parents are coming back from Florida, and this is currently midnight, so they'd be asleep.
All right, I'm grabbing this 4, and I'm going to make the topic of Ben and I's relationship romance.
Okay.
And that's my turn. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and add that. So if you guys don't mind, I'll just go ahead, since I have the Roll20 doing all this stuff right now, and for some reason I can't transfer dice control because they're not objects. I will just do the typing. Just tell me what it is, and I will just fill it in. Okay?
Okay.
So I just spent a 4. So let's just go around in the order that's presented here. So let's just go around clockwise. So following this would be Will. So it would go Will, then Ben, and then me, then Will. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So, yep. So once again, I spent that 4, so no one can use a 4 anymore. Well, actually, nobody can use that purple 4. There's still a red 4 left in this pool. Yep.
Yeah, so it looks like there's only like 1 1 and 1 6. So you need to use those wisely.
But it's important to know that the last die is wild. You can grab whatever, you can denote whatever you want for it. Okay. So I know there's a lot of like different lists here, and you can, whatever you want to do.
Only 1, 2.
So, yep. So once again, I started by fleshing out the relationship between me and Ben as some sort of romance relationship.
Okay. And who goes next?
It's you. It's you.
All right. I guess I used a 5 between me and Ben. To make ours a community relationship.
Great. Community. Perfect. All right. Well, your turn.
All right. I think I'll use one of the 3s to say that Will and I are writers for the college newspaper. Because being news journalists in a Lovecraftian type thing sounds like a thing we would get into deep too quickly.
Oh, yeah.
So that, I'm sorry, you remind me, that was a 5?
That was a 3.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's right. That does sound like what you said. So, 3. And so this is under community?
Yeah.
I don't have the PDF open, so what was the actual verbiage?
Writers for the college newspaper.
Colleague. I've just been playing Undertale with Suzanne, and so now it's the Thames and colleague, if you get that reference. Writers for college paper. That's what I will say. Great, awesome, Ben. Ben, you don't mind if I call you that, or do you prefer Sith Master?
Ben's fine.
Okay, I apologize. I should have asked you that.
On Twitch and Discord and everything, I'm Sith Master.
Yeah, I have your at Sith Master on the label as well. I just I think I'm a little bit off my game, a little bit being sick. So, thanks. Okay. So, you are writers for the college newspaper. I really want to flesh out this romance. So I'm going to grab something from here. Oh. Oh my god, I'm grabbing that 6. So this 6 here is that one of us turned down Harvard to follow the other to the same college and then got dumped. So I don't know how I'm going to write this in this tiny box.
Okay.
But that's really good. So while we select this, we don't have to establish who our characters are just yet. But if an idea occurs to you, if there's one side of this relationship you want to be on, don't be afraid. This is kind of just also table talk, right?
Okay.
Turn down Harvard for love. Jumped. Barely doesn't really fit. I'll just make this slightly larger. Okay, so I use that 6. Why can't I make it bigger? Come on, mouse. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay. Perfect. All right, done. It's over to Will again. We just keep doing this till we run out of dice.
Yep. But I think once the relationship between Eric and Will is decided, we can try like a need or an object or something.
Correct. Did my chat break? I don't... Man, Twitch has been giving me some weird issues. I think other people have been giving it issues as well. Also, thank you for the host, AP Gaming. Really appreciate it, my friend. Mafia real. So true. So, Will, do you have what you want? Do you know what you would like to add?
Yeah, I think I want to have. I'm gonna put academic relationship between me and Eric, so that's a 1.
Okay, I'll throw that one over here. Text. Academic. Boom.
Specifically, I would want the.
Mhm.
I think the one of the teacher-student ones would be cool, but
Yeah.
whatever you pick, I guess.
So, great. Academic goes to Ben.
Let's see what numbers are left.
2, 3, 4, and 5.
Okay.
Yeah, Twitch is just sometimes chat doesn't load and just random things happen and it stutters. I don't know. Twitch has been having some really, really crazy problems today.
Yeah.
So I apologize if
So,
anyone's viewing experience was subpar.
I think I'm just definitely gonna grab that 3
Uh-huh.
for needs to get laid for our relationship.
Ooh. All right, I'm going to move that over to us. Oh, save. And that's just a topic, right?
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
just sort of like
regular-
the bigger one.
Exactly. So I'm going to write need to get laid. So I'm not sure who's going to be what in our scenario yet. I'm waiting to see what happens with the relationship academic thing. I think I'm gonna flesh out though the need, or maybe let's see to get laid. What actually the need? Maybe fleshing that out would help. Because it's the only way to make me feel something. I don't like using 2 for that. Actually, I don't. I'm gonna wait on that. I don't really like any of those.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick something academic. So you guys are writers for the college paper. I'm gonna. There's no 2.
There's like 3 twos.
Oh yeah, that's okay. Yeah,
There's
I'm sorry.
all the 2.
Yeah, I was looking at. All right, I meant the 2 additional one. I was thinking in my head. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Once again,
Oh.
fever, sick dreams. Sorry, guys. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna do teaching assistant, and student. So
Nice.
TA and student.
Cool.
Cha-cha.
there's 2 4s and 5s left.
Yep. So remember, since we have one need established, there also needs to be an object and a location, and these will also be attached to relationships. Because these details get attached to each relationship.
Trying to decide. I can kind of see what you can get, right? I'm going to say there's an object, number 5, I think, the hobby. I think both of those are good. Oh, wait.
We're gonna spend it for a hobby.
Yeah. And I have to decide who has who has a hobby.
Yeah, what relationship has a hobby?
Let's see here. I think Ben and I's relationship has a hobby. I think we do something outside of being writers.
Great. Cool. Over to Ben.
Just trying to see what's left.
So, by the way, Golden, I'm thinking I probably want to be the student in that relationship, if you don't mind.
I guess it is like a student's teacher, right? Like,
Well, you're like a grad student if you're a TA.
right, you're like a grad student.
Right. I
I
think
could do that.
You might be like the editor, right? Or something like that for the college paper.
I kind of want to introduce a location between you two.
Okay.
That's administrative. So that last 5.
Oh, that's way too big.
There's 2s and 4s left.
Alright, so it's my turn. Let's see. 4 and a 2. Yep, I'm grabbing the 4. I'm going to describe your hobby. Political posters.
Damn, I was hoping for the 1 gallon of gas. Okay, political posters.
Okay. Okay. So I'm thinking. So right now, Ben, I'm thinking you turned down Harvard for me.
Okay.
So right now, I'm thinking of your character. Like, once again, you can just completely shut this down. All right. I'm thinking of your character being kind of like the type A go-getting, I'm a political science major kind of person, and I'm sort of like the loser deadbeat high school drug dealer. Like,
Okay.
and I think the administrative is because I'm like failing, or it's like because I'm like dealing or something.
Okay.
I like the administrative
I
being
kinda
like
see something
punitive.
with that, with the hobbies for like the political posters and being
Right,
part of like
yeah.
the newspaper.
Or there's like an election going on and you're trying to run for a student, you know.
Yeah.
Something about campus politics is like grabbing me right now.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I just watched House of Cards and The West Wing, but you don't. If that doesn't jive with you, pick something else. I don't care.
No, I like that idea. Yeah.
So yeah, I like the idea of playing some kind of loser deadbeat who just like gets in trouble.
Yeah. No, I like this idea that we kind of had like that whole like
It was like a high school.
we had like a high school dual like House of Cards plan, where we were like both gonna bring ourselves up or something in this school, but like as soon as you got to college, you were just like, nope.
Oh yeah, exactly. I was like, I just went down to like party mode and just never
Yeah.
looked back. Yeah.
And I'm still there like at the window with the cigarette, like.
Yeah. Well, I think what would help is if once we finish fleshing out the need to get laid, I think that would help describe our current relationship.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, so I just it's not to me, is it? Is it to you, Ben? I think it's to you, Ben. We just did the administrative.
It doesn't matter because there's only 2 2s left anyhow, right? So.
Oh wait.
Well, no, one because whatever you pick, then I have free reign on whatever.
Oh, okay.
So, I guess you can either do the administrative or need to get laid.
No, I think you just went, Eric, and it's Will's turn.
No, it was Will's turn. He selected administrative.
I did that.
No, I did not.
Oh, that was you. Oh man,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And then you did the posters.
Oh yeah,
You did the
that's absolutely
posters. So
right.
is it my turn then?
No, it's mine.
Yeah.
No, it's to me because I haven't. No, I just did the posters.
Yeah.
So I did the posters.
It's Will's turn.
Yeah, it's Will's turn. Done. Yeah, it's like, man, dude,
I felt like
being sick
you
sucks.
did posters last time, but okay.
Yeah. No, I did the
Well,
posters. We just did posters. We just did, yeah, okay.
So we need to flush out
The location, the administrative location, and the need to get laid, or the two things that need to get fleshed out. It's your choice for either of those.
Alright, so let's see what the location is.
Oh, man.
I don't really want it to be about the test.
Can I suggest something?
What?
Could I suggest you picking the school clinic with easy sale prescription bottles? Because I'm like a drug dealer.
Let me look.
But I don't want to take your thunder. Like, if you think it's out of turn, man, just shut me down.
Wait. I'm
you want-
confused.
Sure. So
yeah,
on,
so the two in administrative is clinic.
Yep. So on
I'm
page
just having
9,
trouble finding everything on this PDF, that's all.
sure. So everything's
The words
listed.
are so many.
Yeah. So everything starts on like page 4 or whatever, and it always does relationships first, followed by needs, followed by locations and objects, I guess.
Right.
So, what is the administrative location, or what is the administrative or need to get laid that you're going to select? So right now you're looking at either selecting.
Oh, I know. I'm just having trouble finding it.
Okay.
Okay, so need to
It's
get
on the
laid.
it's on the Alma Monster PDF. You find
Yeah,
it?
I know.
Okay, great.
I'm just saying the words are so big that it's not fitting nice on my screen.
Got it. Okay.
So I'm having trouble just reading it, literally reading it.
Sure.
I'm gonna say need to get laid by one of every ethnic group. That's the
I
two.
am a sleazeball. I'm a sleazeball. What if? Oh man, what if we didn't? Oh, that means when we were dating in high school, we never did it.
Yeah.
Maybe some people count as multiple ethnic groups.
One of every ethnic group. Man, that just makes.
And maybe like
man, I am a scum lord.
maybe Ben is like mixed race, and it's like I can get 3 in one go.
I mean, I like the idea. I don't have no problem with stereotypes. I was thinking of you being like a really like type A, like hardcore Asian parents drive your life kind of person.
Okay.
But once again, it's
Yeah,
not
I'm
necessarily
still
my
gonna
place
be.
to tell you what you should play. So
Yeah, I'm not even sure what my gender is yet. So
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point too. I was immediately
I
thinking
think they're
female.
both guys.
Okay. So that means my 2 becomes a wild card for administrative. Gonna check out what the administrative ones are. There we go. President's office, school clinic, office of records, statue of the founder. Best place in the library to have sex. Bell tower, no one can explain. Yep, school clinic. I'm gonna leave the 2 as a 2. School clinic sounds hilarious.
Uh-uh.
So, alright, all the dice go back in the middle. Doo-doo-doo. And we'll be ready to do scenes. Now we will describe scenes in just a moment. Scenes in Fiasco are very easy to do. There's 2 types of scenes you can do. The point of scenes are to get dice. There's 2 ways to get dice. One is you can set the scenes set up, and then the rest of us can basically vote on how it goes for you. Or you can let the group decide on what the scene will be, but you get to decide what dice it is. In the first round, though, in Act 1, you must give your dice away. So, which means whatever die you get for the end of the scene, you must give it to somebody. There's no rules for who you give it to. You just give it to whoever you want.
yeah, but during the first act, the dice will determine who picks the tilt, or when we're like halfway through.
Correct. So
There is some strategy with picking dice or giving it to certain people.
yeah. So I was gonna explain that. So what we're doing is we're building to what's called the tilt, and the tilt in Fiasco is sort of the halfway point of the game. That's where we introduce another element into the game, which is usually awful. It's usually what makes the game go nuts. Like, this is the part of the movie where things fall apart, right? This is the climax, and then it just goes down. Okay? So think of it that way. It's a very much a pacing kind of game. So let's talk a little bit more about our characters. I guess I think we need to add a little bit more about our characters.
Yeah.
I'm also going to move this down so other people can see it. So, I think what I want to make my character be. So my gut was telling me I want to play a guy because I just think of being like just a scummy, not necessarily a neckbeard kind of guy, but just very socially inept. Yeah, I don't want to play like the Machiavellian bad guy. I want to play a guy who just really just took this girl for granted, took his life for granted, and he's just throwing it away in college.
Are you the kid from the Breakfast Club?
No, I'm not like a rebel.
Okay.
Is this definitely like one of those things where like you're definitely on this like Ivy League campus because of your parents' dime type thing, or?
Yeah, I think so.
Because like this isn't really like a,
a regular state school. This is a little bit more prestigious than that. Yeah, so I think I am gonna be more inclined for that. So I guess there's not really that much Lovecraft yet. So I wonder what happens with the tilt. So let's go with a name, Chaz. Chaz sounds like a good name. Chaz Fenric is my character's name. Chaz. Let's see. Chaz is a ginger. His favorite. He eats I want to say he eats instant ramen. I need something different, like Celeste mini single serving pizzas. Like he just eats those all the time. Chaz. So Chaz is a freshman, and he thinks he is the coolest kid on campus when really everyone can see through it, and that he is just a garbage human being. He's sort of like he's the type of person who would go on like the subreddit like men's rights. You know what I mean? Like he wants to argue for the sake of arguing. He thinks he's right all the time. He's hilariously stubborn. We've all met a person that looks like Chaz, I'm pretty sure. So, hey, how's it going, LCT? Good to see you. So that's I think that's gonna be my character. And I think what may have made us work in high school was I seemed determined, but right, like I seemed like I had I was headstrong, and I'm gonna change the world. I'm gonna go to college. I'm gonna get all this stuff done. And then I'm like, wow, I'm not gonna do any of that. I'm just gonna like just party and like while maintaining this atmosphere of superiority.
Yeah, I think it was more of like a shared motivation to get out of our town.
Yeah, that sounds
thing.
right.
But then like once you got there, it kind of like it might have like overwhelmed you.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's my character. I'm Chaz. So I think, I'm curious to hear what you guys say, because once I hear some more of that stuff, I can help flesh out how Chaz might know either Will or who Ben's character is going to be.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how Ben goes. Ben, do you have an idea for your character?
A little bit, yeah. I kind of like the idea of the sort of type A type person. I definitely think his first name's going to be Luke.
Oh.
I'm trying to figure out like
Okay.
what kind of last name I would go for.
Something old money.
Something old money.
Yeah. Something ending with like Shire. You know what I mean? Or like Ford.
Yeah.
Something, or Port is also a good one.
Port, yeah. Or like Rockefeller.
Yeah, or Rockefeller. Seriously. All right, 1 second. I have to blow my nose. Apologies for that, guys. Right.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea that like he was really motivated to get out of his town. He kind of had this sort of like pact almost with Jazz.
Yeah.
We're gonna get out together, man. It's gonna be great, you know. The whole like, you know, the dream of like the world is our oyster and like we can do everything. And then totally like, you know, day 2 of getting on campus, you're like,
we should see other people.
bye.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Like
then
we
I
didn't
think, you know,
we didn't know like our supply of people and ideas and stuff just didn't exist in our small town as it exists here on campus. And so now it's like, oh, we are actually radically different people.
yeah.
Or at least I think so. At least I think that, and I want to take advantage of it. Like, man, I can't be held
Yeah.
down. Yeah.
And then I think
we'll
maybe
we can
that
save
made
we
me-
can save a lot for the scenes.
Yeah.
All right. So, did you come up with a good name? Do you want to do Rockefeller?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do Rockefeller.
The Rockefellers. Maybe you're Kennedy.
I don't think that's how you spell Rockefeller, but I don't care. So, what about you, Will?
I'm gonna play. I decided I wanted to play a grad student who's going into teaching. A teacher makes sense that she would be female. I think we'll go with the. She's Asian, and she is the head of the school newspaper, but she's trying to find somebody else to take over her position so she can actually take the job she's been offered to teach full time.
Ooh. Okay, I dig it. All right, so let's.
And her name is Zoe, and it's hard to pronounce this. It's like, I spelled it wrong. That's why it's hard
Odds
to
are
pronounce.
it will never come up.
Oh, it's
Zoe.
Skimori.
Skimori?
Yeah.
Like ski, M-O-R-I?
With a T. Starts with a T, S-U-K-I.
Oh.
And M-O-R-I.
Yeah,
Oh, like-
Skimori.
Tsukimori?
Exactly. Not Sukimori.
I know.
But Skimori.
Wait,
It's not a
TSU.
sound we have in English.
so how do you pronounce it?
Skimori.
Ski?
Yes.
Like skiing? Like skit?
With a T. With a T is silent.
Just,
Skimori.
okay. Sure. Ski. Okay. Sure. I'm sorry.
You can screw it up. That's gonna be half the fun.
Yeah, it actually will be. Okay, great. Awesome. Done. Okay. What is our relationship like? How do I know Zoe?
Well, she's your tutor. Since you said that your character probably has trouble in school, like maybe like part of her education is in dealing with like special needs students.
Am I a special needs student?
Well, if you're failing out.
So,
Then
I'm
yes.
I'm a remedial person. I need like a remedial course. See, I'm thinking that I'm failing because I'm too damn stubborn.
That's a kind of behavioral problem.
Like I'm the kind of guy who would in class, in like a political science class, be like, well, why don't we just go to the gold standard? Like, you know, this,
Why don't we?
like it could be a talk about like anything, and it's be like, yeah, but if we went to the gold standard, none of this would be a problem. Like, it's just bringing up these like staunch libertarian, men's right type of person. Very, very like all about fairness, but not about equality, right?
Right. When you do show up.
Yeah, when I do show up.
So it's a good thing you didn't get here through affirmative action, because that'd be really ironic.
What if? Oh my God! What if I protested? What if I protest? I would be someone who protests affirmative action, saying it's unfair. My character is such a dirtbag that they would totally.
Is that what you
That's,
bring
thank
up
you,
every
thank you. That's going to be a
single
scene.
time?
That's going to be a scene.
Well, the thing though is that Zoe and I have the other political posters that we do like on our off, like when we're not doing our newspaper stuff.
Yeah.
So
There's no bias there. None at
yeah,
all.
there might be some stuff with that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay.
I'll
Cool.
kind of leave it open for now.
All right. I think we're ready to begin then. I feel pretty comfortable with how things are now. What do you guys think?
Okay.
Okay. Let's go to scenes. So once again, I think that I start with making a scene. The first time we make a scene, once again, I have to. Oh no, actually, I can ask anyone if anybody wants to set a scene they like to establish. So otherwise, I'll do it. Going once.
Oh, you can take it.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna set a scene, and I want to see a little bit about Chaz, and I want to see a scene about Chaz and Zoe.
Okay.
But I want this scene to be. I want this scene to be after class. So this is a. I don't want it to be a political science class. It's an economics class. Let's say you're teaching economics. So I think the scene that I want to tell. So I don't know how this is going to end. If it's going to end good or bad. But the question that I want to ask is, does Chaz? I don't know. I'm having trouble actually. I had an idea of I wanted to see a scene about you challenging you politically, and you immediately
I
seeing
think
why.
Zoe's political stance is very secretive because she tries to present herself as unbiased as editor of the newspaper, or
Okay.
not editor. What was it? Editor in chief? Was that the one who runs the newspaper?
Oh no, I think we're just writers.
Yeah.
But we.
No, I said I was because I'm a grad student. I might be running it, so I decided to go with that.
Okay. So I think what I'm gonna do. Okay, so yeah, so let's do this scene. So we are. It is. What's the name of our school? What's the name of the college? It's got to have a really good name, like really good.
Yeah.
The Black Hamlet College.
No, it's got to sound more esteemed than that. Like Proudmoore College, or like Pride Falls University, or just like Hamilton, or some sort of like staunch, stoic kind of name.
Like King's End University or something like
King's
that.
End. I like King's End.
Yeah.
King's End College, because we are a prestigious thing, and we're not just a university. We're a college.
Maybe it's like King's End Institute.
Technical Institute. King's End College, or King's End College Institute of Universities.
Yes, the Institute of Universities. It is here you come to learn how to have your own college.
Oh my god.
90% of all community colleges have leaders that come from our college.
Love it. Okay, great. Cool. So I think the scene starts with oh, maybe it's me getting sent to you. Yeah. So you're in your office. Let's say you're in your TA office. You're grading papers or whatever, and you get a knock on the door.
Sure. Come in.
So you see this. You see a guy wearing a fedora, a leather jacket, khaki denim shorts and socks and sandals and a messenger bag come in, and he takes off he like he walks in and sees you at the desk and then starts looking around your office, and he takes off his hat, and the first thing he says, like, what, there's no coat rack in here?
And Zoe says, "Unless it's raining."
And I come over to take a seat, and I'm like, so the name's Chaz, and look, I don't want to be here, but I hand over this little slip of paper, it says that such and such is failing my class, and I need to report to Zoe for remedial coursework for economics.
What?
It's ridiculous, it's all this liberal agenda stuff, It's just...
If you don't like it, why don't you just drop out?
Drop out because I need the credits. I need this stupid piece of paper, but
I mean,
it's not worth anything.
You don't have to graduate if you're not into it.
No, see, you don't understand. I have to graduate. I mean, what would my parents say if I didn't graduate? But
okay.
Don't you see that the whole entire academic, it's big academia is just keeping me down, man. There's no point to it. I'm just, what am I supposed to do? I know more than my professor. This is the problem. They're just singling me out because I know more than they do about economics.
Well, part of being in education is understanding how to
hold on,
navigate
Zoe.
the social and political difficulties.
See, but that's the problem right there. When I spent those few weeks in my dad's company, I learned everything I needed to learn about how the world works, and these classes are just wrong. So how are they expecting me to learn something that's wrong? Why do I have to do this stuff when it's not true?
Well, you see, you're not here to learn. You're here to prove what you've already learned, what you already know. You need to take this knowledge that you learned in experience and put it into some kind of grand work.
Like what? What do you mean by that? Maybe run? Are you saying I should run for office or something?
I think you should think about how you can take what you learned to reform the education system.
Well, that sounds like, yeah, I like that idea. Maybe I should run for office.
Maybe you should.
All right. Do you think this scene should go positive, negative? I think that's probably as far as I like the idea now that I know what I want to do. But
yeah, I was
both
leaning
of you can
towards
vote.
positive.
So Golden, you also vote as well, even
Or
though you're in the
Chaz.
scene.
Yeah.
So Zoe, you get to vote. So one vote goes to positive. What do you want to do?
I want to go negative.
Okay. Well,
it can be both, right? And you just give away
no,
these stuff.
yeah, but one person has to give me a colored dice. So what is it going to be? If it's neutral, I don't know. I'm just gonna. So purple is white and red is black. Is that too difficult? Should I change the red to green? Can we remember that? Okay. I'm gonna give my my white die. I'm gonna give it to Zoe for being a stellar role player. All right, that's my turn.
Okay.
Yep. So
now it's me or Ben.
No. Now it will be you. You will. Once again, so there's things to look out for here. You can either establish a scene or you can resolve a scene. When you establish a scene, you get to establish what's going on in the scene, but you don't get to. Everyone else gets to decide what die you get, or you can resolve a scene, which means you know what kind of die you want to get.
Okay.
Right,
But
you don't know the scene you're entering.
Exactly.
So I want to establish the scene. I want it to be late at night, and Zoe is working on the printing presses that we use to print our posters. And I think she's like trying to do a secret run of posters that nobody else knows about. And I think Ben walks in on her, and she tries to play it off at first, like she's just getting a head start on the poster run for tomorrow. So yeah, you see Zoe, and she's like working at this. There's like this table of graphic design computers, and that's in front of like this entire row of full-sized poster printers. The laser ones that are massive, and she's like got them spun up, and she's like just now inserting like a little USB drive, like a Hello Kitty on it. And this doesn't do anything. What's Luke doing?
Yeah, I think Luke like kind of like hurriedly walks up to Zoe and is like, we printing more posters for tomorrow? Like what's going on? Did I miss an email?
No, Luke. I'm just getting a head start. There's a little bit of an error in the typo, and we don't want any typos on our posters. No one will take it seriously. There's still time to fix it. So I'm just going to pull an all-nighter and make sure it works.
I didn't start going over all the posters to see what the typo was.
Okay. I don't think there is a typo.
Okay. I think I'm probably like looking at the words like, because it's late at night, like at that time when like you've read a word like one too many times and you're like,
Right.
Is that actually the word? And so I'm like crossing out this word, rewriting it. It's exactly the same, saying no, and then crossing it out, and then re-erasing it and everything.
It's like when you read something you've written and it has an error in it, but you know what it's supposed to say, so you read it the way it's supposed to say and not what's there. And I think Zoe like says, it's just a small error. I checked the style manuals, and I'm right, so we're just going to take care of it. You don't have to worry about it, Luke. Just what are you even doing up so late?
Oh, I was finishing up some stuff for class, and so then I had some coffee, and so now I thought I would come to the newsroom and make sure I could like finish up on some of the writing. I didn't think anyone else would be here though.
No. Can you just let me work in peace? I like to just have some quiet while I finish this up.
Okay.
Thanks, Luke.
Like that. How does this end poorly? I think maybe in my caffeine haze, like when I run out, I do like the really stupid trip over the cord type thing.
Oh,
all the printers like shut off immediately.
Yeah, I think all the
Ooh,
printers
that's pretty good.
turn off, and it was in the middle of the fuse warm up cycle, and Zoe's like, "Oh, Luke, what have you done? I have to reset all the toner cartridges. Oh, just get out, get out."
All right. So you get a black die, so you get a red die to distribute.
Okay. And do I have to give this to Ben?
No, you can.
No,
Give
you can give it to anyone.
You just can't give it.
Well,
you just can't keep it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who do you want to give it to?
Who has what dice already?
You're the only
I think-
person. You have a white die right now. Purple or white die.
Wait, what? Oh! I only get one die.
Yeah. So I grabbed the black die for you to take.
Okay.
So you get to choose between me or Ben to get it.
I'm gonna give it to Ben
Okay, cool. Ben gets a black die.
because he was in the scene and it went
Okay.
bad for both of us.
Great. It's Ben's turn.
Okay. I think I want a scene where I'm starting to like put up some of the posters like that next afternoon, and maybe Chaz sort of sees the political poster, and I want to sort of see his reaction from his previous thoughts of like running for something, and how he sort of interact with.
All right. So there's someone already running. Who's running? Or can I just make it up?
Yeah, I think you can just make one up.
Okay. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. All right, let's do this. So do I see you putting up the posters? Is that how it works? Do you put up the posters?
Yeah. So I'm just kind of like putting up posters on like one of the bulletin boards or bulletin walls.
So
a hand, like an armful of them down there, and I'm kind of doing the little like, I'm doing it in the most awkward way possible.
So I love the idea that I don't even know it's you yet, right? I don't know it's Luke that's doing it. So like
Yeah.
I just show up and I come over there to the bulletin board and I'm looking at these posters and I'm like, excuse me, because like maybe like you're not facing me or whatever. It's like, excuse me, are these allowed to go up here? Like, isn't campaigning not allowed on inside public buildings?
I think I'm still like staring at the posters, and so I turn around and I'm like, as you can see, we got this certified sticker from the student affairs over at administration, so we can post these all over the
Luke?
Jazz.
Oh, wow. Wow,
Yeah. Hey.
you look good.
Thanks. I see you've got new socks.
Yeah, my mom sent them over fall break.
Oh,
They're military grade. You know, they're the ones I was telling you about at one time.
helps.
They're
Helps
tactical.
keep the toes warm. Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Um,
So you I see you're still working for the paper.
yeah. It's going great because I've just been working so much with the paper, and doing these posters now to help with the the election, and it's just
Yeah.
it's-
I'm actually like running for it. I think I'm gonna win. Like, and I look at the poster. I'm like, Chelsea Grammer can't win this. She doesn't have the balls to do it. Is what I say. So like, I just finished watching House of Cards. I could be a really good president. Is what I say.
I
Would you? I mean,
sure you could totally do that, Luke. You should totally run.
yeah. You think so? Good. Yeah, I will.
Totally think that would be good for you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm probably gonna set up some protests and organize some speeches and all that kind of stuff. I just have to figure out how to get these signs. How do you guys get all these signs? Who does this printing?
We actually
Is
the editor and I do this on our free time.
Who's the editor?
Miss Sukimori.
Oh, okay. I like the name does not ring a bell, even though it's totally Zoe, right? Because I don't know what your
Right,
last name
right.
is.
So like it's
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. 'Cause
yeah,
I think your name's pronounced completely differently. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So,
yeah.
yeah. Okay. Oh. Okay. I'll find Mr. Sukimori. No problem.
Yeah. They usually are either in their office or at the newspaper.
Great. Cool. Yeah. I'll see about getting my own posters to go up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm usually at the newspaper as well. So
Yeah. I know.
okay.
And Chad's like, well, okay. Well, I guess I'll see you around. Maybe I'll see you at one of my rallies or something.
Yeah,
I mean,
I might attend those. Write
yeah.
down for the paper and everything.
But I might be busy because there are like I bring out my phone and it's like. So I have a question for you. How comfortable are you? Like how homosexual is our relationship?
Um, Probably.
That was a weird question, but
Yeah.
I was thinking,
Probably.
what?
I was gonna say probably familiar, but
Yeah, I was gonna say we're probably like repressed a little bit from our town.
yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's like I got, it's like maybe, but like I might see you, I might have time, but like people have been like messaging me on Facebook and my subreddits all the time. I'm a moderator for men's rights now. You know, I'm moving up in the world.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
that sounds like some responsibility. That's
yeah, and
good.
yeah.
Looks like you're doing
All
well.
right, so I'll catch you later. Awesome.
Yeah. How does?
I'm getting Eric a
Get
white tie for
get
this.
Chaz 2016.
So
All right, so I get a white die. I'm gonna give that to Luke for being awesome. Oh, I gave you the wrong color. There you go.
all right.
So we all get to do 2 more scenes, or excuse me, we all get to do 1 more scene. But this is also probably a good time to take our first break. So we're gonna take our first break now. Then we're gonna come back and I'll do 1 more scene, then the tilt, and then we each do 2 more scenes, and then we're done.
All right.
Cool. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Yay!
Yay!